Meghan Markle and Prince Harry say that they were in a near catastrophic car chase involving paparazzi in New York City last night. Near catastrophic. What does that mean?
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, found themselves at the center of a media storm. They claimed to have been involved in a near-catastrophic car chase with paparazzi in New York City. The incident occurred after they left the Ziegfeld Theater with Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland. The couple, known for their strained relationship with the press, alleged a harrowing experience. They described being relentlessly pursued by photographers. The alleged chase, said to have lasted over 2 hours, sent shockwaves through the media. The Sussexes, through their spokesperson, painted a picture of reckless driving and near collisions. They claimed that the paparazzi's actions endangered not only their lives, but also those of pedestrians and other drivers.
I mean, near catastrophic is what we all have every time we look down to change the radio while we're driving our cars, or engage in the stupidity of checking a text or our phones while we're driving. That's near catastrophic. It is. Anything could happen with anybody on the road around your car. It was near catastrophic, you see. What they say, this is per CNN, is they were involved in a near catastrophic car chase involving paps last night, Tuesday, according to their spokesperson. Have yet to hear from anyone in the NYPD on any of this. The couple were followed by a swarm of paparazzi, but there was no car accident, according to a law enforcement source. So a law enforcement source is saying no car accident at all, but there were paparazzi there. Okay, it's a night in New York. Ask any person of interest or who's a public person. It's happened to me. I've seen it happen to others. I was at a restaurant, Nobu, one time when it was like you would have thought that the actual Queen of England was there. And in fact, it turned out to be Kendall Jenner. Or no, the other Jenner. The other one. What? Kylie Jenner. I guarantee she had more people following her than these two did. The incident happened after Harry accompanied Meghan to the Women of Vision Awards held at the city's Ziegfeld Ballroom. They were traveling also with Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland. Spokesperson for the couple said last night the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Mrs. Ragland were involved in this near catastrophic chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. The relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours resulted in multiple near collisions. Again, no actual.
The incident brought to light the intrusive nature of celebrity culture and the lengths to which some photographers will go to get a shot. The couple's account, however, was met with a mixture of sympathy and skepticism. Some questioned the feasibility of a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan's notorious traffic. Others defended the Sussexes, highlighting the very real dangers posed by aggressive paparazzi. The incident reignited the debate about the boundaries between public interest and privacy, particularly when it comes to high-profile figures like Harry and Meghan.
Involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers who were apparently there to protect the couple. By the way, they're probably from, I'm told by law enforcement, from the Intel division within the NYPD, which is sort of like the Secret Service and will sometimes go to protect VIPs in town for events like this. The statement said the couple understand that while being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety. And now they want to discourage against dissemination of the images, given the ways in which they were obtained, because they encourage a highly intrusive practice that is dangerous to all involved. Well, sorry, you two, but you're in America now. And in America, the press has the right to photograph you when you're in a public place or on the streets or leaving a place like the Ziegfeld Theater. That's the way it works here. And it's not pleasant. I've been followed as well, but it's part of life in this country where we still have freedom of the press. You don't like it? Go back home. For the love of God, please go back home, Harry. Take your wife with you. I don't know how we got saddled with you to begin with. So now they come out and say to TMZ that what happened was they got in their black car, their black SUV, and then they switched cars. They got into a New York City taxi to try to fool, I guess, the paps that they were still in the SUV. But no, in fact, here's video that TMZ just posted of them in the taxi. And you can see the paparazzi lights actually photographing the two. Okay, this is what happens when you are a star and you're whizzing around New York. I mean, this is nothing extraordinary for a night in NYC. What exactly happened that made it sound so harrowing for them, we don't know. This is what CNN reports. Paparazzi on scooters and bikes zoomed down the sidewalk to keep up with them, according to an unnamed source. Well, I Look forward to seeing the actual video of that. Could have happened, but more than likely, that would be really tough to do in New York City's Times Square, which is where they were leaving from. And I'll tell you one other thing that doesn't check out about their story. There is no way of having a 2-hour car chase in New York City, in Manhattan. There just isn't. There are too many stop signs. There are too many red lights. There is too much foot traffic. There is too much actual traffic. And it's impossible to be in a car chase in this borough for 2 hours. So exactly how did that happen? It would have happened out of choice. The couple must have been willing participants to some extent because there are hundreds of places to pull over and get to, quote, safety, which is what they claim they wanted. Right? So I've got questions, in particular because they have a history of lying, as you know, and even of exaggerating their alleged car chases. Who could forget this scene from their Netflix special where they were urging one another to remember safety first after one guy on a Vespa was following them, allegedly. Safety first. Okay, yes, right, with the one guy on a Vespa. So they have a history of exaggerating the danger they were allegedly in. Remember when she tried to lead us to believe that her son Archie was basically in a fire when they were on that overseas tour, and it turned out one heater in a room that Archie had been in but was no longer started smoking. The child was nowhere near it and was never in danger. So she's got a history here. Let's not even talk about the Oprah interview. Online, people are calling them the Jussie Smolletts of New York City. Other people are saying, call Oprah right away. Talk about. Let me tell you about something. Most of us who are public figures go through something like this multiple times, and we don't run to our PR agents and have them release a statement playing the victim. My safety was in danger. It must stop. It has to stop. All right. And I've never revealed this story before, but I will because of what we're seeing here. It was right after I left NBC. I was very much in the news. The paparazzi were all over me. Well, unfortunately, I found out that I had a small basal cell carcinoma on my left temple. It was a nothing, but as you know, if you've ever had one of these things, you have to get the Mohs procedure to get it off. And I went into the dermatologist to get it off. And then I was going to go cross town because they said, since it's your face, you should have a plastic surgeon stitch it up, right? And I did it. It turned out beautifully. You wouldn't even know. By the way, get your skin care checks just to make sure these are things that are not that big a deal. But if you ignore them, they can become one. So I went in to the guy's office who was doing the Mohs procedure. I left, and now I've got like a bandage on my left temple, and I'm going over to the plastic surgeon's office to have it stitched up. And sure enough, there's a couple paparazzi following me. And I don't particularly want to be photographed with my left temple bleeding, going into a plastic surgeon's because everybody's gonna be like, she's having plastic surgery. She's off the air. That wasn't it at all. I had a little skin cancer, which I also didn't think was anybody's business. So I called ahead to the surgeon's office. I say, hey, I'm coming in. I'm being followed. You know, is there like a private entrance or what? There's like, no, there's no private entrance. But, you know, we'll have a guard out there to help you get in. I'm like, okay, fine. So I think out of, you know, good spirits, the guy, in an effort to like protect me from the paparazzi, but really just call more attention to me.
Megyn Kelly, a prominent media personality known for her no-nonsense approach, emerged as a vocal critic of the Sussexes' claims. Kelly, never one to shy away from controversy, didn't mince words. She called the alleged car chase bulls tea and questioned its plausibility. Her skepticism stemmed from her familiarity with New York City's traffic congestion, which she believed would make a 2-hour chase highly unlikely. Kelly, a former lawyer, dissected the Sussexes' account, pointing out inconsistencies and raising questions about their motives. She accused Megyn in particular of hypocrisy, suggesting that she both courts and complains about media attention. Kelly argued that dealing with the press is an inevitable part of being a public figure.
Comes outside holding this huge red umbrella, this big umbrella. And it's sunny. And he's like shepherding me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like not what I wanted, but you know, whatever. Let's just get inside. And the paparazzi stops in the middle of the street. They run. The guy dives down. He's under my umbrella and he's taking photographs from under the umbrella. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got this thing on the side of my face, which you couldn't really see because of my hair, but I went in. Sure enough, it hit the papers. What's she doing? What's happening? They didn't put together that I was going in to see a plastic surgeon to stitch up this Mohs procedure. The speculation that hit the press later that day was that I was selling a book to Random House. Apparently Random House is in the same building. Did I run to the papers and say, I've been endangered. I have cancer. I could have pulled that. Bullshit. Most people who are in the public eye take it like a man or a woman, and we move on with our day because we understand they have a job to do. And dealing with the press is part of our job too. This woman hasn't seen a paparazzi she wants to avoid. Who are we kidding? Just last week with her stupid little scarf as she was walking her dog, she plays them just like Princess Diana did. And it can be a dangerous game. But if this pair really wants to avoid encounters with the paparazzi that are unwanted, then they should stop cultivating that relationship because it gets a little complicated. By the way, not for nothing, but NBC News is now reporting that they have reached out to the NYPD, and the NYPD is saying they don't know anything about it. All right? This is what they actually told local NBC. Let me pull it up. Stand by. I'm going through my texts. Via NBC4 New York, the NYPD told NBC New York they have no information about any incident last night involving Harry and Meghan, but have received lots of calls on it. NBC has not yet been able to verify that the incident took place. This is sensationalism. That's what's happening here from a couple that needs attention, a couple that complains at every turn about their alleged security problems. They have $100 million plus, but apparently they're not able to protect themselves like everybody else. Like, do you think the paparazzi are after them any more than they're after Tom Brady or Beyonce? You know what they do? They pay for security. That's what they do. They don't run around complaining. Taylor Swift, every time. Taylor Swift's house has been broken into in Manhattan numerous times by freaky stalkers. She doesn't run around playing the victim, releasing statements about, oh, woe is me. Oh, it was near catastrophic. I could have been in there. No, it's part of becoming someone who's in the public eye. Grow up and stop lying to us because there isn't a car chase in Manhattan ever that's taken 2 hours through Times Square. That reminds me of the Meet the Parents scene where they were doing a car race, which is akin to, I think, to this car chase. This is how it would go if you had a car chase in Manhattan.
She suggested that if the Sussexes were unhappy with the scrutiny, they should consider returning to the UK. Kelly's comments ignited a firestorm on social media and in the press. Her supporters applauded her for speaking truth to power and challenging what they saw as the Sussexes' attempts to control the narrative. Her detractors, however, accused her of being insensitive and dismissive of the couple's genuine fears. The incident highlighted the deep divisions that exist when it comes to public perceptions of Harry and Meghan. Amidst the mounting skepticism, Gayle King, a close friend of the Sussexes, came to their defense. King, a respected journalist and television personality, urged the public to consider the couple's feelings. She emphasized that their experience, regardless of its veracity, was real to them. King's intervention injected a much-needed dose of empathy into the conversation.
You get the feeling. That's how it would go. You couldn't pick up enough speed. Were they going to the Hamptons? Was it an emergency car race to the Hamptons? Because that's the only place that takes 2 hours on a Tuesday night. Right? They're exaggerating because they like being in the public eye. And let's face it, he's been trying to make her into Diana from the moment they started dating. Remember early on, she had like a couple of paps following her and he released the statement like, I'm not going to allow her what to happen to her, what happened to my mother. That's not what's happening. Welcome to being a public figure. Grow up. By the way, if the paparazzi were really doing this, up on the sidewalks for 2 hours, endangering people, these NYPD guys would have arrested them. This would not have gone on for 2 hours. So I will wait to hear from the NYPD. I am very open-minded to a different story, but what they've put out right now stinks to high heaven, just like everything this pair puts out into the public eye. Some people take CBD for better sleep or less stress and more calm. Some take it for pain relief, for better energy, better focus, and concentration. Today, I want to tell you about CB Distillery and their over 2 million satisfied customers. According to a poll of their customers, 90% reported that they sleep better with CBD, 81% said CBD helps with stress, and 80% says CBD helps with aches and pains after physical activity. If you struggle to get a good night's sleep, if you are dealing with too much stress and could use a little calm in your life, if you suffer with pain and discomfort, especially after physical activity or exercise, you could give CBD a try from cbdistillery.com. Use my 20% discount by visiting cbdistillery.com and enter my initials MK to get that discount, all right? No prescription required. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code MK for 20% off, cbdistillery.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.
King, known for her measured approach, acknowledged the challenges of navigating life in the public eye. She reminded viewers that celebrities, despite their fame and fortune, are still human beings with emotions and vulnerabilities. King's defense of the Sussexes resonated with many who felt that the couple was being unfairly targeted. Her words served as a reminder that there are always multiple sides to every story. King's comments, however, did little to sway the skeptics. Some viewed her defense as blind loyalty, while others questioned whether she was privy to information not available to the public. The incident underscored the complexities of celebrity friendships and the challenges of maintaining objectivity when reporting on those close to you. The alleged car chase involving the Sussexes reignited the debate about the role of paparazzi in society. On the one hand, photographers provide a valuable service by documenting the lives of public figures. They capture moments in history and provide fodder for news and entertainment. On the other hand, their relentless pursuit of celebrities can cross the line into harassment and invasion of privacy. The incident highlighted the need for a balance between the public's right to know and an individual's right to safety and security. While celebrities choose to live their lives in the spotlight, they should not have to endure dangerous situations in the name of news gathering. The debate is further complicated by the rise of social media, which has blurred the lines between professional photographers and amateur citizen journalists. The incident involving the Sussexes served as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked paparazzi behavior. It sparked a conversation about the ethical boundaries of photojournalism and the need for greater accountability within the industry. Ultimately, finding the right balance between public interest and individual privacy remains an ongoing challenge in the digital age.